Hey, welcome to Gun Stuff. Today we bring you the Freedom Ordnance FX-9. So the FX-9 is a 9mm pistol, has a pistol brace on the back, and it's blowback operated and takes Glock pattern mags. So they sent this in for us to test and to review. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off right away. We're going to go ahead and run this out. We're going to throw a big scope on here, and we're going to run this out, and we're going to do our accuracy testing, kind of like we normally like to do, just to see just how accurate we can. We know that the scope is overkill, but we want to give this gun the best chance it can to provide as much accuracy as it can. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that, and then we'll move into doing some up-close shooting and adding some extras and some options to this. Here we go. All right, so here we are. We've got our scope mounted on the FX-9. We are using the Hilux M1000 Pro. So this will go up to 10 power. So we are going to start off. What we're going to do is we're going to go out to, we're going to hit it on 50. Then we're going to go past 50. Then we're going to take it out to 100. And we're going to try and dial it in a little bit at 100 to see what kind of accuracy we can get at 100. And then of course we'll go a little bit further depending on that. So here we go. We're going to start off at 50 yards. See where we're at. And I'll get this thing kind of basically on target there. Going hot. Okay. All right, so zeroing in, first shot was way off to the right, so I'm going to bring it down quite a bit. And off to the left. All right, take another shot. Work on getting closer into the center of the steel. All right, so I need to go back. I gave it way too much adjustment on the first one. So we'll take it back a little bit on the windage, and I'll bring it down a little bit. Okay, coming down. Okay, so right now I'm aiming at the 50.
Yeah.
Okay, bring it back to the right. I'm just gonna keep going left and down. All right, now I'm getting closer. Go down and left. Aim at the center of the head. Still off to the right. Bring it back left a little bit more. Okay, so that's close enough for 50. Now we're going to go ahead and stretch out to the 100. Go ahead and top my mags off real quick. All right, so we just got in on a 50 yards, so now we're going to go move on out to the 100. We're going to start off on the big steel, move into the small steel, and then we'll try and print a decent group. All right. These are tightened down. All right.
Center?
Yep, going for center mass on the big steel.
Yep. Pretty much.
Is that center mass?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Are you trying to hit the big?
Yeah, the big center. Yep.
You're 2 inches, 6 o'clock.
2 inches 6.
Yeah, below.
All right, so I'll bring it up just a couple clicks. That's only going to be this quarter. All right, so let's bring it up 1 inch. Now I'm going to go for the small steel. Center mass on small steel.
Okay.
Ready?
A little high.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it back down. All right.
Yep.
All right. Another one. All right. So another one.
That was high, way high. 2
Okay.
o'clock.
So I'm going to go down just a little bit.
I think that one before that was just bounce back.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to move now. I'm going to move over to the bottom dot on the cardboard target. All right, now we're going to the bottom dot, and then I'll just try and put a good 3-4 shot group.
Uh, 11 o'clock, probably 7-8 inches.
All right.
Do not know where that one went.
I think that one might actually be. Is that
Might have been in it. Yeah.
in the circle?
You're on it.
In the circle?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go. There's really not much else we can do there. Now I'm going to go ahead and go up to the one by the head.
Okay.
The dot closest to the head.
Net.
Yep.
Shit.
Looks like it went over the shoulder. Looked like it went over the shoulder.
Yeah, I think you're. Yeah, it's really hard if you're inside it to see.
I don't know if I am. So you can see one inside this hole?
I think there's 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Looks like I got some low. There's one way low down there, right?
Is that a new one?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's new. All right. I'll go for another one.
Yeah, that was 8,
Okay.
9, 4 inches.
All right. Cool. Can we go down?
Go look at them?
Yeah. All right, so here we are. We're at 100 yards. We shot the FX-9 at 100. We got on the big steel just to get us generally on target. Once I got somewhat near the center, then we went ahead and came over to our smaller steel. This is a, what is this? This is a 10-inch plate. So we shot a 10-inch plate. Most of these impacts up here are mine. I kept sending a couple over, but just got us generally on target. And then from there, we went on to our paper target. So we had a wider area so we could see what our print is. Okay, so we got on here, got dialed in. We got impact here, 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 and here. Okay, so our group is basically this section right here. This is our group, center mass right here. So if I'm bringing this and bisecting this, I was still off. I could have went over a click or two and brought it on here. But even at our widest spread on here is about 11 inches. Okay, so 11 inches to me is acceptable. This isn't anywhere near a minute of angle or anything like that. But what we're doing is we're looking for, out of a sub gun, we're looking for being able to put shot center mass. So 11 inches is about right across the shoulders here. So as long as you can put rounds anywhere in here, that's acceptable for me for a sub gun that's shooting pistol caliber bullets. So this is our target. We also came up here, we took a couple other shots here. So this was the aiming point. I tried to get a little bit tighter group. I know I sent one, I believe I sent one off over here and one off over here. This may be a tighter group from where I was at. So if I shot one off the side here, then that's going to send it about into this range there. I could spend some more time, get a couple groups on here, but we just basically want to show you the general overall accuracy of the firearm at 100. We're going to go back and then we're going to stretch out. We're going to shoot at 150, just make sure we can ring some steel at 150. I don't think we'll have any problem with that, but we just wanted to show you what we got right here at 100. All right, so here we are. We've already shot at the 100 yard. We went down, did our target assessment, took a look at it, checked out the spread. Now we're going to go ahead and engage some steel at 150 yards. All right, going at 150 yards, white steel on the right.
It's moving, but I'm not sure where to hit it.
Okay, I'm just going to work on my way up the target. So first one was low. Next one, I believe, hit the post, and then I went up to about shoulder to hit. So. I know. All this mud and soupy mess down there makes it hard to spot rounds.
That's on. That's
okay.
Four. Probably 630. A little further. That was low right.
Okay. Okay, am I consistently low right?
I couldn't tell that. Yep. Low left on it, very tip. High left.
All right. All right, here we go.
It was 6 o'clock. Probably 4 inches center.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know where some of these written. That was high right shoulder.
All right. That's pretty good. We got our couple in a row there. All right, so we took it out to 150. We were able to get consistent hits at 150. And that's about all I expect from sub gun, is to be able to hit center mass consistently. So if I wanted to engage a threat at 150 with something like this, and that's the purpose. Being able to shoot a pistol round out to longer distances to buy you distance from and keep the threat further away from you. So we put this on here. We know the scope was overkill, but we want to give the gun the best chance it has of providing accurate shots. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch this over. We're going to take this off. We're going to throw a red dot on it, and we're going to run a couple drills and make use of the platform and the fact that it changes between pistol and rifle magazines. So we're going to run a couple drills with it, throw some accessories on it, and we're going to go down and we're going to shoot some steel a little closer up close, so you can see how it handles if you're going to be using this for like a home defense situation or something like that. That's going to be, say, 50 yards and in. So here we go. So here we are. Now we've taken this, we took the scope off for our little long range testing, and we went ahead and I threw a suppressor on it because I want to see how well it runs with the suppressor up front. I already know that this is going to be a very fast shooting gun, very easy to transition between targets and stuff. But if I'm going to be in a home defense situation, I'm going to have something like a light. I'm going to have some kind of suppressor or something like that. Of course, not everybody elects to do that, but I just want to see how it runs with it. So that's what we're working on right now. Okay, so one of the things I like about this is the fact that this is running off Glock mags. So if I want to run competition, or if I want to do some type of shooting sports or something like that, I can run the same mags in my pistol in the same caliber, same grain weight, same everything, and it'll be cross-platform compatible. These things work out great for like a bug out bag, emergency use, get home bag, how any type of defensive situation that you would like. But the great thing is that it feeds both, so you can keep either one of your firearms running, whichever one you need at the time, and it gives you more capability. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with this. Make sure I got one in the chamber here. All right. We're just gonna go back and forth on some still targets up close, and then we're gonna work from there. Right? All right, had a couple misses there, but it does make it a little more. It's hard to swing back and forth with having this really heavy. This is a steel suppressor. This is not a lightweight or anything like that. This is a low end suppressor. So this thing is it's got a lot of weight on the end of it. But guns cycle just fine with this on there running through it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna keep shooting. I'm gonna go between these targets here. All right, so as you can see, I'm sitting here and I'm gauging in everything from 10 to 25 to 50 to 100 between all these different steel, and it's just pretty seamless going back and forth. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm using a Holosun ACS reticle in here, so it has little drops in it, so it kind of looks like instead of it being a crisp red dot, it has a really long looking red dot. So a couple of those are just because I'm not seeing it really clear. But that's one of the great things with a platform like this, is being able to run back and forth between the two. So there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and move up to the VTAC. All right, so we're up here at about 25, we're about 35 yards right now, maybe a little bit further. So one of the things that we like about this, or one of the things I like about this, is the fact that this is cross-platform compatible. So like I said, if you are trying to run something, you want to keep your platform and your gear as minimalistic as possible. You can always get something like this right here. So what I'm running, this is something that I'll probably be running for like a competition or a 2-gun match or something like that. All of my mags in here are all Glock full size, like 17 or larger 9mm, so that they all can feed the both guns. So I can carry a whole bunch of ammo here. Each one of these mags is a different capacity. So this is a Magpul mag. This has a 27 round capacity. They send a ETS mag with it, if I can find it. This gun comes with a 33 rounds ETS mag. You have all these different capabilities to be able to run all these different pistol mags. So this one here will hold about 23 rounds. And then you can run them all the way down to just a standard, where's my standard at? You can run it all the way down to your standard P mag, that regular, or Glock mag that just runs regular 17. All right, so I gotta fumble these around here because this isn't my normal setup. So I don't actually have everything memorized where it's at on my belt and know right where I'm going to, because this is kind of a new setup for me. But that's part of why we get out here and we train. We get out here, we go through these, we run through our drills. So we run into problems, we know how to fix them, and then we know where to go to get our stuff. But something like this is a really nice setup for you to keep, like say in your vehicle or stored at home or something like that, where you can grab a belt like this and it can just be lined up with magazines. It can have a pistol on one side and it can have your rifle, and they can feed all the same rounds. So this is a great piece of kit that is a low profile, low visibility. If I had to take this and try and get home from somewhere, something like that, I could take this, I could put this belt on, and I could pull my jacket over the top of it, and without the suppressor I could somewhat have this tucked inside, and I can make it around without standing out and carrying around a large rifle for protection. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to jump in here, we're going to run some more drills, and we're going to put this thing through its paces. All right. Ready? So what I'll probably do now is I'll probably run through a couple of drills where we just go through and shoot the rifle. Rifle goes down, go to the pistol, and then replenish from either one, depending on what I want here. All right. All right. So, needless to say, getting out here, doing a lot of drills and running your gun and getting a chance to get to know it makes a big difference. I'm making a couple basic training mistakes out here, but because it's a new piece, I don't mind that. I'm out here in a safe environment, making a few mistakes on my reloads, making a few mistakes on my hide over bore, and accidentally sending rounds through the VTAC board, stuff like that. That's part of why we come out here and we train. If you got a new piece of equipment, get out here and do it. All right, we're having a blast shooting this FX-9. We are in the height of the Corona quarantine and lockdown, so we've been training for this for a long time by spending a lot of time by ourselves on the range. So we are in our element. We are practicing all the safe procedures and everything. But today we got a chance to shoot the Freedom Ordnance FX-9, and this is made by Freedom Ordnance, and Freedom Ordnance is also the company that brought us the first belt-fed 9mm machine gun. So if you haven't had a chance to jump on their website, check it out. It's a belt-fed 9mm, comes out of the pouch that feeds up on the side, and it's a full-on machine gun, blows through rounds just like any other full machine gun. But the FX-9 comes in 3 lengths, so you can come with 3 different barrel lengths. You got a 4-inch. We have the 8-inch here, and it also comes in a 16-inch PCC if you're wanting to get one of these to shoot for competitions or any other situation like that. It's an AR pattern 9mm pistol, and this is registered as a pistol and comes with the arm brace. It makes it legal for you to have such a short barrel. This is blowback operated, so it doesn't have any cams or anything like that. It just fully relies on the blowback of the round to cycle the action. It comes with the SB Tactical arm brace, and out of all the arm braces that are out on the market, I'd have to say this is right up there in the top for me. I really like these, and there's a couple different things you can do with these arm braces. You can take these, you can fold them over and roll them up inside of here, and then take this strap and tighten it down extra tight to give you a little more support on here. And then there's also another company that makes a little plug that goes in here that fits in here and keeps all this nice and snug, and then you tighten this strap down on there also, which really gives a lot of support on this, because when you push in on these SB Tacticals, they can collapse. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad, depending on what your application and how you want to use this. But I really like the SB Tactical. It comes in really handy for stuff like this. Of course, it's retractable, and this at its full extension, this gun is at 24 inches long at full extension. Now you can collapse it and you can shorten it this way, and you can also get a different muzzle brake if you want on the end, or take this faux suppressor off, and that will shorten the length of the gun as well. This gun comes in at 5 pounds, which is really light for anything AR patterned. So this is something that you can really be highly maneuverable with. Comes with a mil-spec buffer tube, so if you ever wanted to change this, SBR it or anything like that, you could go ahead and take this off, put a regular stock on there if you wanted to file for the tax stamping and turn it into an SBR. It accepts AR triggers and grips. Okay, so this thing is patterned off the AR. It'll take the AR triggers, grips, and safety selectors. So if you have a favorite setup, or if you want to set this up to run just like your AR, your 5.56, 200 blackouts, or any other AR pattern rifles, you can start to put those pieces in here. So and almost all of them are interchangeable. There are only a few things that aren't interchangeable, and that is the mag release and the charging handle. This charging handle looks like it's an AR, but it's really not. It's just a little bit different, and it's machined a little bit different on the inside. On this particular one here, this spring on here is a really light spring. So this, you can take this and you can push down on it. Really, it makes it really easy to cycle, but also makes it very easy to engage. So if you're running slinged or something like this, you can catch this on something or on a zipper pull or something like that, and you can pull it back out of battery just a little bit. So this has a really light spring on here, so that's one thing that you may want to keep an eye out for. The mag release, of course, is similar to an AR. It's placed in a position where you're going to be able to actuate it just like you would an AR. But it's a little bit, it's obviously shaped different because it has to release for the Glock pattern mags. This is very easy to hit, and it takes about as much pressure as your regular AR. So your ergonomics on this gun are fantastic. And one of the other additions that they put on here that I think is a really nice touch is having the anti-walk pins on here. So these pins go through, and they have a little button head screw that's on here that's Allen keyed. So you can tighten these in so they won't come out after a lot of use, a lot of banging, and shooting a ton of rounds through these things. These pins won't start to walk out. They won't become loose and work their way out on you. Because as soon as you start shooting one of these and it's 9mm and you're running through your pistol and you're running through this rifle, you're gonna start sending a lot of rounds down range, which is great. You know, it's great for training and all that stuff. So you're just gonna start putting a lot of rounds down range with it. This one we have here is a 8-inch barrel. This is a faux suppressor that's on here. This can screw off, and of course we already took it off and we put the suppressor on ours to run it to see if we liked it and see how well it ran with the suppressor. I ran a couple of subsonics through it, and I ran a couple of hypersonics through it. Functioned great. Of course, hypersonic is going to have a little bit louder crack than the subsonics, but it all fit on here, ran well. Has the M-LOK forend on it, so you're going to be able to put just about anything between the Picatinny rail on top, which also has been lightened with all of, you can see all the lightning holes in here, and you can see the lightning holes on top. So this is a very, very light rail, and it helps make up for the fact that you need a bigger, heavier barrel for a 9mm. So you can get pencil barrels and stuff for 5.56, but because it's a smaller round, they can turn down the outer diameter of the barrel to make it a lighter barrel. But 9mm barrels, of course, a bigger bullet, so you have to have a bigger barrel, and it has to be a little more stout on the back end for the blowback operation. This comes with a lifetime warranty, limited lifetime warranty on it. So if you start changing certain things out, there's a couple things that can void the warranty on it, but this is going to last you a very long time. One of the things that I liked most about this is that with these platforms, you can take these and you can change them out with your pistol. So as you're going, and I know I already spoke about this when I was out on the range, but the simplicity of having magazines and ammunition that interchange between your pistol and your long gun can't be overstated enough. It's one of those things that this is a very tight, small package. You can store all of your stuff in one backpack. You could have all of your gear, your firearm, your ammunition, depending on how big your backpack is. This could fit in there as well. And they also have the 4-inch model, which most definitely would fit in your backpack. But these are great packages for just about any emergency situation. You can grab these, you can still engage targets out to 100, 150 yards, even further depending on your capability and your marksmanship ability. But being able to go the distance with those and then being able to change them back over into your rifle and your pistol. So when one gun runs out of ammo, like when I run a 5.56, my 5.56 runs out of ammo, now I'm stuck with just running my pistol. And of course now my capabilities drop down to 25, 30, maybe 50 yards. Some of the setup that I ran here today was, this is the rig that I've been using for competition. This is my Glock 34. Of course the magazines fit. I run these when I'm running in any of these running guns or endurance runs or anything like that we shoot. I'm always running in with as many rounds as I can. So Magpul makes 27 rounders. This comes with an ETS mag, and this is a 33 round ETS mag. So this is what comes with the gun in the box. And this is what I run on a regular basis. So even though this is a really big magazine, once you insert this into the firearm, it only hangs out just a little bit below. So this isn't a big cumbersome thing like you would think it would be to run a big magazine in a pistol like this. So it could get caught on a couple things, yeah, when you're running in your holster, remember, but having the capability to run 27 rounds in this and be able to feed your rifle is just an awesome thing. So we really like this. We really like this FX-9, and we hope you do too, and you're going to be seeing more of it.